don't know how exactly street combat works in Warhammer, so I'm making shit up.
No.
A lot of these sorts of things usually, like the seats that you have something to hold you in, if necessary.
You have your seat. Okay, your attack. Other attack. Ooh. Okay, that cruiser is causing troubles, but ultimate. Huh. Okay. I need a few more of those. So, basically what happens is I'm like literally have not much clue about. Obviously there's the space combat. There's a lot of fire, and the end result is that I just only made rolls and I'm giving the results. Basically the end result is, because for some reason I cannot do any description and form coherent sentences, that your ship is fine, there is some superficial damage, like some parts of the hull are maybe damaged, the voyages need to be like slightly recharged, but overall you're fine. The cruiser, finally, after taking a lot of punishment and causing troubles, gets eliminated. And from 2 surviving Imperial frigates, one of them is lightly injured, lightly damaged, and another one is like moderately damaged.
So there's 1 Severan frigate left.
Yeah, and I was like around the time when like the cruiser explodes in a brilliant flash of light, somebody finally like managed to probably get to. God damn it, God, help! I don't care if Severan Imperial or not, help us! And there's like more fire, screams, like monstrous shouts.
Oh. Zhao, recommendation?
Recommendation is that we should coordinate fire with our remaining. Probability of an unprepared frigate crew successfully repelling a Tyranid incursion on their ship is negligible.
Yeah.
Is there a skill check to, like, if somebody is rolling deceive, what do you roll against it?
Scrutiny.
Scrutiny.
Okay, this is not deceive per se, but if you want, guys, you can roll scrutiny and then roll logic.
Well, look at the scrutiny.
Any negatives to scrutiny?
No.
Jesus, just barely.
Ooh, Xanthus got it. How many fate points do I have remaining? 4?
It's probably not worth a reroll, in all honesty.
It's probably not worth the reroll. I think Xanthus got it.
Okay, you are pretty sure, because nobody can act or like that to play such panic. So the guy who's like the voice that you just heard, panicking one, is not exactly, but and he doesn't feel nor sound infected. But basically, what is going on is that Yeah, it might be probably best if you just destroy it from the distance, because
Probably.
what they might do is that they try to lure you closer or even aboard, and then to maybe overload the ship's reactor.
Hmm.
How rude.
I think we'll
But
go
yes.
with Zhao's recommendation. Captain, open fire on that frigate. Ovis, inform our allied ships that they are to open fire on that frigate with us.
Oh,
Well, at this
Coordinated
point, we could just
assault.
do it. At this point, we could just, coordinate through box.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that we can just Vox it.
Yeah, you
So-
I mean,
keep safe distance, and then
Vox is subject to interception and telepathy is not. But at this point, there's no sense in.
question, Zan.
Mhm.
Like the guy comes up again. Like, is anyone out there? Like, not if you don't need to respond, but I'm just wondering if you say, "May your soul find peace" or something like that.
What Xanthus will do is he will turn to Exalta, since I seem to recall saying all of the command squad come in.
Yep.
Exalta, kindly say a prayer for those souls on that ship.
Give him last rites.
Pretty
From the
much.
distance.
Yeah, the original
Farewell,
Exalta
benediction.
would bristle at the idea, but very well. If there might be rebels and thus heretics, but they gave their lives. Seems like they gave their lives against the so they deserve at least that. May they find redemption and prayer that they hopefully will find redemption when they will get a chance to return to the Emperor's side.
Well said, Exalta. Now, all ships, open fire.
Yeah. And yeah, and you hear Asila start saying, "Can't God Emperor forgive," and then message cuts off because the ships gets annihilated. And
Wow.
after that, you hear "Oh, this, I have messages coming from other ships. Pardon language, they're wondering what the fuck just happened. What I'm supposed to say to them, sir?"
All
The-
records of this should be, if not expunged, completely buried.
Pretty much. I will speak to their captains privately.
Can I send
Yes.
them that kind of message?
Yes. Tell the captains that they are to meet with me aboard this ship. We will discuss it then. This is not going to be talked about over in any sort of open channel, neither Vox nor telepathic.
Very well. Any orders for their ships? Versa?
No one leaves this area without my express permission. And I am reminding them that a quarantine means that nothing is to be touched. No one goes to any of the moons. No one goes to the planet.
The third ship was heavily damaged but not destroyed, correct?
Basically there were
Completely forgot
one
about
is
that ship.
the third one I would say critically damaged, as in they only have some time to chance to escape before it just falls
Okay.
apart.
Whatever bits of the people can get to escape pods, pick them up.
Do you do that, or do you give order to surviving friends?
Well-
Tell the frigates to pick up their men.
Very well, sending message. And the command squad and crew doesn't question. Maybe there are some few reserves that look at you, but they don't comment on anything. Strange stuff.
I sense that some of you have a question to ask me.
Colin is well, I imagine 30 were busy. I imagine in some of us we are wondering what exactly happened.
Who is this who asked him that?
Don't worry about it.
Kenneth.
And you know that if you say to him that this is inquisitorial stuff, he'll be like, oh, I understand.
We will discuss this later, Kenneth. But for now, rest assured that this is officially become inquisitorial business.
Of course. I guess that's
Now,
after
Captain.
the survivors have been picked up, the others should begin ringing the planet in case there are any. We should take up essentially a triangular position in case anything still remained. If they were sending either transports back and forth, just making sure that there's nothing that is space worthy that gets off planet.
Oh yes, and those transports, destroy the transports.
Yeah, one of them was probably caught within the blast of cruiser. The others didn't manage to get in time, being caught in mid-transition point, they're yeah, they fucked.
Oh yes, they are. Destroy them all.
Death from above.
Yeah. Yeah, as you triangulate your you notice that you don't see Ovis, but you notice the God damn it, I forgot his name. Not Cantor, yeah, Solon. As you get closer and triangulate on the planet's orbit, more or less on the position to he scrunches his furrows his brow and starts massaging his temple. And actually Mayek does the same, and Xantis, you too, as you get into position, the ships get into position, you feel not migraine but mild pressure on your mind. As in not influence, but you know this feeling that when you, not a headache, but you feel your head.
Like the feeling of going up in an airplane, that pressure.
Well, I never flew in an airplane, but if I understand
Heresy.
what you mean, yes, something along those lines. Like the state that you feel your head, but it cannot be called a full-blown headache yet.
Is there a role I can do to understand what's happening, or has Xanthus felt something like this before?
Let's say that
it would have been included in the reports that I gave you, considering that I also included everything that the Autozenas has in terms of what went on when they've been, interacting with these sorts of things. So that would have included reports from psychers that have been under the shadow in the warp.
Okay, so would that just be a bonus, or are we just going to assume Xanthus knows what the shadow of the warp is?
No.
And again, he also rolled a 9.5, so...
You would realize that, yeah, this might be it. That was... also what you found in Necrons, that some kind of effect against Psychers.
So, for curiosity's sake, what does this shadow manifest then as mechanically?
To be fair, I didn't check it, because technically this is not Shadow of the War per se, not like the one that...
It's a minor one. I think... What is it? I don't remember exactly what it is in Death Watch, but I think that it does something along the lines of phenomena is... But then also your thresholds go up.
So thresholds go up, but phenomena goes what?
Down.
Down. Okay, so it's basically like a dampening. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not exactly the same. We'll see in a moment. And yeah, fluff-wise, Shadow of the Warp is like, when it falls, yeah, no astropathic messages for you. Probably also no warp travels. Like,
telepathy is really hard.
okay. Yeah, Ovis would sound like, sir, reports from other ships. Their astropaths get the similar feeling as I do. But they are in position ready to fire.
Fire on what?
The
Just
planet?
so we're clear.
On Friday.
Oh. Yes. Although,
No wait, because I forgot, they don't have weapons for that. They are like in position, in holding position. Ready for...
Very well. Start. Oh, wait. Have their captain... Has Anthus already talked to their captains?
You don't have to look at that.
No? Do you specify that they are to come right now or after the...
Oh yes, that is what Xanthus meant. Like, I want to see you both right now.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm
so
right now.
the shuttles will arrive within a couple of minutes and you will get a message that the captains have arrived when they are supposed to go.
Excellent. Send them to my quarters.
Okay. And they will go there.
Zhao, you're with me. Sigmund, you can come too if you like.
Yeah, sure, he'll go. Why not?
Oh, and Kenneth, you're coming too.
Yes, sir. And he will... So,
Actually-
Avitus like, stand by, be ready for new orders as you're like leaving, he says to like the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then you go...
Last one. So, in Xanthus' quarters... Oh, on the way to Xanthus' quarters, you will say, Zhao, I'm intending to tell them what Tyranids are, so that they at least understand why they just had to fire on their own ship. However, I also recognize that I don't have to do that. Recommendations?
Tyranids are not a... I mean, it's probably for the best if they aren't told details, but it's not a state secret.
I thought that was one of the things that the
I was gonna
Imperium
say-
was like,
I was
no
gonna
one
say
knows
no.
about this.
I was gonna say no. Tyranids, the guard will, especially guard officers, will have an idea as to what they are. It's the Necrons that people don't know dick about the Necrons.
Oh, okay.
Also
so
chaos.
Necrons.
Wait,
what?
even the guard has a concept of chaos. They might not call it chaos, but they have a concept that there are fallen members of the Imperium who worship dark and false gods. A lot of them are sorcerers. They have a concept of it. They just don't know the details, and they don't know that these gods actually exist and are incredibly powerful, and that you can get a portion of their power if you fall to them.
Okay, so what would your common Imperial Navy admiral know about a Tyranid?
He would know a lot about them. An admiral
would know a lot.
No, not
captains
admiral,
less.
just the captains.
Captains would
less.
still know a bunch. They would know that they exist. They would know that they're a ravenous Xenos threat, but if they hadn't personally fought them before, they wouldn't know a whole lot else.
Okay, so it's not like it's a bad thing. So it's the Necrons who the
It's the
one knows about
Necrons
that.
whose existence is an outright secret.
Okay.
The Inquisition keeps them a secret. The Inquisition goes out of their way to make sure that the traditional Imperial Guard and Navy do not fight the Necrons and things like that. Yeah, no, it's the Necrons whose existence is kept a tight secret.
Okay,
Tyranids,
so-
at this point these days, they're a fairly common enemy.
Okay, cool. So I had that backwards. I kind of assumed that the Imperium knew about Necrons, but not Tyranids.
Nope, the other way around.
That makes a lot more sense because the Tyranids are also a lot more widespread.
Yeah, there are 3 different hive fleets that the Imperium have had to deal with.
What people don't know is just
That it's a losing
how
battle.
big of a problem it is.
Yeah.
Because the scale of the threat is played down, because the fear is that if people knew exactly how fucked the galaxy seems to be, there might be widespread panic.
Yeah.
Oh no, widespread panic in the already panicking Imperium. Whatever shall we do?
They feel it might make it worse.
Yeah.
I am joking though.
I mean, in the grand
that would be
scheme of
bad.
things, the galaxy is pretty fucked when it comes to the Tyranids. We just no faction, with the exception of the Orcs, have the numbers required to really fight and win against the Tyranids.
Without some very special weapon or
Yeah.
something to tip the tide.
Oh, and the Necrons. The Necrons can do it, but that's because their shit is basically magic. Who's playing with coins?
That would be me kind of arranging the coins on my desk. All right, cool. So I don't have to go into this under the assumption that they have no idea what the fuck we just did.
Yeah.
Good.
They don't need to know how this place got fucked up. They don't need to know the details of it, but they can be at least made aware of the fact that, ravenous, horrible Xenos named Tyranids, which they might have heard of before, that have you can be short on details, but you can tell them stuff.
Basically, I intend to tell them having the Xeno threat infected the people on your ship. I told them not to go on any of those moons. That's what I meant by quarantine. They went to the moon, and apparently their ship got infected. That's why you had to blow it up. And don't tell anyone anything about this mission, or, well, you can take a guess at what's going to happen to you.
Yeah. The issue of suppressing the information about what's happening here at Thrax is more we're going to have to, even when it's justified, Exterminatus is usually, people don't react well to it. I don't know why.
Nope.
But so to waylay any political difficulties from killing an entire planet, even one that's already probably almost entirely dead, it's usually best to. They don't need to know the details of what happened. It's just there was a horrible Xenos threat. It destroyed the planet. We fixed it.
All right. So with that information, I'm assuming that the Captain, Kenneth, these captains, and the Cadre are here.
Yep.
And by the captain, I mean Captain Avitus.
Yep.
Now then, gentlemen, I thank you for coming on such short notice.
When the Inquisition calls, there's nothing else to do.
Indeed. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why you had to turn your cannons on one of your own ships. So I'll be as brief and blunt with this as possible. There was a Xenos threat on the planet Thrax. I suppose you both know what a Tyranid is.
Yeah, they both go slightly paler, and they're like, not. Yes.
Then you understand the concept of Tyranid infestation.
Oh. And they look like it clicked, and they like know what happened.
Then you understand why that ship had to be destroyed.
They fired on us first.
In that case, you will also understand what must happen next. Thrax is lost. We will not lose this world to the enemy. Order your frigates to begin the process of destroying Thrax's moons. No one steps a single foot onto those moons, by the way.
Very well.
We will not risk infestation spreading.
Very well. By the grace of the God Emperor and his Inquisition.
Any transports coming from the moons or planets, any lifeboats, anything of the kind that does not come from either of your ships should be treated as an enemy and fired upon immediately.
Very well.
At maximum range, if possible.
We understand.
Also, under the Inquisitor's authority, the records of this misadventure will be sealed, submitted to the fleet. What would I say? Submitted to the fleet. So it has been submitted to Fleet Central Command and then expunged from your cogitators.
They know.
Discussion of these events, even amongst your command staff, is prohibited.
Yes. What is Sigmund's rank again? Praetor?
It's a made-up rank I gave him. Hold on, I'll paste it.
It's comparable to a Magus Militant.
What would Xanthus refer to Sigmund as if he was being, I don't know,
If you want to be short, just call him Praetor, it's fine.
Praetor, I trust that you...
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Praetor, I trust that you will not mind seeing to the scrubbing of those cogitators personally.
I just said Sigmund will oversee that. But yes, he will.
Excellent.
You gotta pay attention, Xavier.
Shout at you. I'm the Inquisitor. I have people to pay attention for me. Well then, do either of you have questions?
Is that all, Inquisitor?
Kindly also keep any mention of this out of your personal logs. We are the Inquisition. We will know.
Of course.
Good day, Captains.
In which case, you're both dismissed to return to your ships.